Hello, everybody. Happy very late January art chat day to you. um, I am just getting around to filming my January art chat on February the 15th, so I kind of forgot about it. And we're going to review all of the art that I made during the month of January, the month of January 2026, right here, right now. I've worked in many sketchbooks, but I feel like I haven't really done very much this month. I know I say that a lot, but I feel like it's true. I feel like it's true this month. But anyway, let me just get started. On the 1st of January was New Year's Day, and we had an art hang party where we rung in the new year together. Art Hang Party, if you don't know, is a weekly live hour-ish long art making session full of fast-paced drawing and a lot of fun. That happens right here on YouTube every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on my channel. And every week is a different theme. It's always fun. And I hope you'll join if you have not checked it out already. Lost my tag on that one. Where's what's next? Oh, right. Let's include self-portraits as we go. So I do a daily self-portrait in this Hobonichi Tacho 5-year. It's my second one doing it. I start it on my birthday every year, which is why like the middle is kind of not done, but I do one every day, or one to represent every day, I should say. So that's the first. The second, I went skating with my siblings and nieces and nephews. It was a very fun day. Pearly Snuggle on the third. New Lammy Joy fountain pen. The 5th. We have something for the 5th. Okay. This sketchbook I completed in January, and I do have a tour of it up on my channel if you would like to check it out. And this is a master study of a Mary Cassatt watercolor painting. And I used Holbein granulating watercolors and a brown Noodler's ink with a dip pen. The 6th of January, the 7th of January. Still, these last couple were using the granulating watercolors and the brown ink. And the 7th, a little Simon, who looks very little, with Neo color, one or two, I don't know. Neo colors, it doesn't matter. I don't really tend to use them wet, so yeah. Then the 8th was an art hang party day, and we went to Arabia with Marie Louise. Usually on the first Thursday of every month, except for January, because the 1st was a Thursday. We travel with an art hang party friend, and this week we went to Arabia with Marie Louise. There we go. Very lovely. All the replays are up on my channel if you want to check them out, and also lives every Thursday. The 9th was a very windy day. Extreme wind. The 10th, I think these are Daniel Smith watercolor sticks. Also on the 10th, I drew a horse. This was a reference that Beth Spencer of Introvert Drawing Club shared. She did a whole month of horse drawings to celebrate the year of the horse. And every month this year, Beth is doing a different animal, and February is cats, and it's very cute. Also on the 10th, I started a knitting project for my sister that in all likelihood will not be done until next winter. It's going to be a pair of mittens, and they are very silly. Here's the printed pattern. Let me see if there's a picture. Ah, yes, there's the pattern. You get the idea. So her mittens are going to be giving the middle finger. It's very fun, very silly, but the colors are nice. It's knitting up quite nice, but I really haven't worked on it aside from starting. And then I think one other day, this is a nice tote bag from a band called Dear Rouge. Yeah, so that's going to be an ongoing thing throughout the year. Mostly when I sit, watch Gilmore Girls and stuff like that. You know, cozy times. My self-portrait for the 11th. And then on the 11th, I pulled up a live webcam, I think, or similar from Skomer Island, and just used Graphitint XL blocks and some Inktense pencils for this. I want to know. That's February. I didn't even use this. I don't even know why I have it out. Okay, that's why I was confused. Never mind. The 12th. Sweet little Pirelli snuggle. The 13th. I think I did this during a Debbie Draws Funny Zoom Hangout chill session. The 14th. And the 14th, this was in practice for the 15th Pug session of Art Hang Party, where we partnered up again with Pugs of Instagram and slowed down and did some pug portraits. So we did, I think we did 6 10-minute pug portraits, and they were very cute. And I decided, I wanted to test out my materials to see what I wanted to do for that session, and gouache one. So it was very cute. And then on the 15th was Art Hang Party. I think I did this using leftover paint from my palette. And then I'll show you all of the pugs that I did at Art Hang Party. I have since sent them off to Lauren, who is going to keep her pugs and then share out the other portraits that I made with the pug parents. So very cute. 16th. 17th. Blind single line blind contour, and I forgot to draw my lips. And then on the 17th, I did this landscape of Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden, which is a beautiful park in Tokyo. And I used acrylic inks, which I have not used in a very, very, very long time. And color pencil and Neocolor too. And that was the end of that sketchbook. So if you'd like to see everything else that's in here, you can check out the sketchbook tour that I have up on my channel. The 18th, this is when I started to become obsessed with self-portrait value studies. I watched a tutorial by this person, and I will link the video below. It really, really taught me a lot. Like a lot. Like I highly suggest that you watch and follow along with that video. If you want to get better at like values in your painting and like really, I don't know, it's the simplification of focusing on 4 different blocks of highlights and shadows to make a face. Like I think some of these are my best likenesses in my self-portraits that I've ever been able to capture. And really all it is looking at shapes in shadow to construct everything. It's like, I don't know, it kind of blew my mind a little bit. A little bit. The 22nd was Art Hang Party Day, and we drew Dick Van Dyke. And this was a very, very, very happy session. That was the end of that sketchbook. A tour is needed, an owing of that. It continues in this fresh sketchbook over here. A rainbow pencil felt like the most appropriate thing to draw with for Dick Van Dyke. I don't know a lot about him, but I bought his recent book, 100 Rules for Living to 100. He is still with us, has successfully made it to 100 years old, and still counting. And I'm not very far into it, but I am going to take it on the trip and read some of it on the plane and in the airport and stuff. The 23rd self-portrait. So I started, this one I did with markers, and I kind of wish I didn't color in my face because I feel like I look dead. A rainbow pencil. Also on the 24th, I joined Charlotta Hamilton for a Zoom session where we went to Arizona with Lou. And I had my backgrounds painted with fluorescent, I think it's fluorescent acrylic paint. Or similar, anyway. And I used Neocolor 2s on top. It was just very lovely to, it's been a while since I've hung out in a Zoom session with Char and the group. And it was really nice. It was really nice to do that. Still going with the value studies. This one, I don't know, that green, I feel like it needs to like have a darker value, even though the values are still dark, medium, medium-ish and light or lightish. Yeah. 26th. 26, I played with gouache. This was a still from a Carolyn McQuiston vlog. And yeah, it was just such a beautiful scene. I had to take a screenshot and then just have a little paint play with it. The 27th. Also on the 27th, I did a master study of a Helen McNichol painting, just using Neocolor 2s. Been having a lot of fun with master studies when I really don't know what it is that I want to draw. Maybe my favorite self-portrait of all time. I think I captured Simon perfectly, like his mommy's crazy look, you know? It's good. And I did this with some brush markers. I'm telling you, check out that value study video. The 29th. Can somebody please tell me who this is? I feel like it looks like an actress. At first I thought it was Lisa Kudrow, Phoebe from Friends, but it's not. But it's somebody who kind of looks like her. That's definitely not me. I don't know who I drew there or painted there. The 30th. That's the Shinhan Pass pink. I just got a fresh tube of it and I love it. And the 31st. This ink is absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to find out what the color is. It's a Pilot Iroshizuku something something. Um, it's this brand of ink, I'm pretty sure. Iroshizuku from Pilot, but it's a green color, and I only have this little tube vial of it because a friend gave it to me. So I'm gonna ask him what the color is called if he can remember, and I'll put it in the description below because I know for sure that Hippo wants to know what it is. So Hippo, I will find out for you. And those are all of my self-portraits. On the 31st, we planned what art supplies I'm going to be taking with me to Japan. We're going to Tokyo in 2 days. So yeah, this was my planning test phase. We did talk I did a live stream, so you can watch the replay of that, where you can see my brain process, and also art friends helped me figure out what to take, which was really, really super helpful. But we talked about me needing a brown, and I ended up mixing my own. So yeah, it was a mix of vermilion, Gamboge Nova, and ultramarine, and then I think also a little quinacridone gold, and maybe a little bit of indigo. But it ended up like that, which I have in the palette. And then I drew the art supplies that I'm taking. I do need to add a couple more things to this because I added some things. So let me show you the palette. So you can see here, I originally had 2 bigger pans of, it was this sap green and turquoise blue. So thankfully, when you order these from Olinda's Artistic Oddities, she sends extra pans. So I was able to make a smaller pans for sap green and turquoise blue, and then I mixed my own brown here. So that's very nice and handy because I don't know who said it in the live stream, but I do need a brown. So there you go. I think I'm gonna have to like darken it up when I actually go to use it because it is a little bit on the lighter side. I would love a Van Dyke brown, which I'm gonna buy. So that. I also added in this little makeshift palette of Shinhan Pass pink and compost blue. I've really been loving using the pink, and I mean, it really doesn't take up any room, so I'm just going to pop it in my little pouch. That's the only new things in there. And then I also added a Muji pen because we always have to fill out the custom forms on the plane before we land. So I thought that would be handy to put in there. I doubt I'll draw with it or anything, but it would just be good to have on the plane. And then I also added in this blue and red pencil from, I think it's Mitsubishi. Yeah. Which is just really fun to draw with. So I'm adding that in there. So I should draw those on here just so that the record is accurate, but it's fine. Yeah, so this is my little kit that I'm taking if you haven't seen the replay or weren't there for the live when we were figuring all this out. But yeah, it holds everything that I'm gonna take, and then everything else that I'm gonna buy will fill up in here and elsewhere. Well, we're on the subject of what I'm taking to Japan. I'm now rambling. This is a little bag that I made for my camera, which I have taken apart to put in the carrier bag for travel, but I'll show you quickly. So this is the camera, the extended battery, and then I always have this little foot on there so that I can stand it up on the table and it's nice and sturdy and everything. So if you are thinking about or have one of these, this foot is the best little add-on purchase that I made in addition to this protector case. Because the one that this comes with, like, I'm rambling again, the lens just kind of like moves around inside the other one. So this one keeps it really nice and secure inside there. And it's light and it's cute. And I added some of my old stickers. But I was looking for a bag that I can just wear crossbody, and then something I can just quickly like put the camera in, pull the camera out, because I'm not going to have it out all the time, but I want it on me at all times, you know? So I tried to find a crossbody bag, and a cute one, like a non-techie, you know, I'm walking around, I want to look nice. We're in Tokyo, which is a pretty fashion forward city, let's say. So just to, you know, I don't know, I don't want like some big techie camera bag. So I couldn't find one, so I decided to make one, and I have lots of leftover quilting fabric from when I made my jacket. So I just kind of fashioned my own. I quilted this up, and it was actually really quick and easy. I did it all in like an hour. And yeah, it just sits in here. I did screw up on the button and buttonhole placement, but that's fine. And then I made myself a paracord strap for it. I played with my old macrame skills. I had to look up tutorials to remind myself, but this is a half square knot. This is a full square knot. And then, yeah, I actually fused two pieces together because it would not have been long enough. Yeah, and I just think it's really good. It's going to be really handy. It sits right at my hip when I go to, like when I have it over my shoulder. And I just think it's cute and is going to be fun. I did this in February though, so maybe I shouldn't be talking about that. Anyway, that is all of the art that I made during the month of January. Now, I always pick my favorite for the month, and it is without question this of me and Simon. I just think it's really cute and fun, and his goofy face is everything. You know what? I was just laying out my thumbnail image, and I totally forgot about our art hang party session that happened on January 29th, which I did digitally, which is why I didn't have it in front of me. So we did weird or unusual lighting, and I'll show you what I did for that. Okay. Yeah, so that is everything. I hope you had a very creative month of January and that it was not too cold or too hot for you. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Next month, I will share what I make in February, and it's going to be filled with a lot of things from Tokyo. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out.